Restoration and the antiques business go hand in hand. Discerning dealers depend on the skills of expert artisans.
Time to see if all my hard work's paid off.
This time,
Hang on a sec. That's not right.
Drew tasks Michael and Maria with reviving a 19th century mechanical bird.
I think that's looking pretty good for a peacock's pecker.
Leathersmith Martin gets stuck into a pig-shaped footstool.
I think we're going to have to do a bit of surgery first. This is like carving the Sunday joint, this.
And Saxon brings a different type of challenge to Nick's workshop.
Well, it's not a sculpture.
Wow, it's massive.
These restorers are using all their years of craft and skill
It's an old way of doing things. I think it brings so much to a piece.
with jaw-dropping results,
Wow, Tim! Wow!
turning forgotten junk
I was not expecting this!
into sought-after treasure.
He's truly saved something for the nation.
Based in the north of Scotland, Michael and Maria Start are the go-to specialists on all things automata, mechanical models of man and beast that appear to move with a life of their own. Today, they've made the trip down to North Wales, where Drew Pritchard is waiting with an item that desperately needs their help.
These automata, they're just so different. They are a different age. You know, they are pre-TV, movies, pre-internet, pre-everything. I really enjoy them and I like them and they're interesting and, there's something you can really get your teeth into. Hello.
Drew.
Hello, who's this?
I'm Nellie. This is
Hello.
Nellie.
Hello. Right, well, I've got another cute creature to show you as well. So,
Oh.
Oh, wow.
nice, huh? It's a bit rough and ready, to say the least. I think it's fantastic. I can't wait to see it completely working.
You know what it is, Drew, don't you?
Yeah, peacock. But yeah, explain to me, because it's a very strange size.
It's a pocket peacock.
It's a pocket peacock.
This mechanical peacock was created by the leading makers of automata in the 19th century, Rule and DeCamp. The company made everything from circus acrobats to exotic animals. Although they ceased operations in 1995, their creations are now sought-after collectibles, often fetching high prices at auction. Drew's model is a rare find, but it needs a total overhaul if it is to get back to its show-stopping best.
You know this is going to be much, much bigger when we've restored it.
Really?
Yeah, because a peacock is all about the tail.
That's going to be...
Look what's happening at the back here.
I thought it'd be about there.
It's going to
like
be
that.
about this big.
So
It's gonna
out to
come back
here?
to here, and then it's going to come round, and then it's going to raise up to here.
not that-
Really?
Not that.
Yeah,
Is
yeah. If
that
it starts down here, then it's going to end up there.
Won't it tip it over?
And then it will fall to the side. Feathers.
Hope not.
Feathers.
Light.
Yeah.
I think this is going to walk along,
Yeah.
turning its
Oh, it's
head,
gonna walk?
looking around. Yeah, because
Yeah.
these stabilisers are to stop it falling over. So I think it's going to walk along. It's going to look around left and right with its head, raise its tail, and fan out its tail.
It's called displaying, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's it worth done? Because at the moment this owns 600 quid.
The feathering's good for 4,000 to 6,000, but it depends really on whether Maria can get the feathering
So no pressure.
No
as
pressure.
good as a real peacock, and whether I can get the mechanism as flowing and as confident as a real peacock strutting its stuff.
Once again, I can't believe it's going to do what you say it's going to do, but they always seem to.
Is that a challenge?
That is a challenge, yeah. So, yeah, over to you. Can you take it away?
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
we
Look forward to
Hey,
seeing him.
thanks, Drew.
Thanks, guys.
Working on automata, every single one is different. So it's always a pleasure to slightly get to know the character of the piece we're working on. And this peacock, well, they're feisty birds, aren't they? They've got character. So it'd be lovely to work on it.
I like a feisty bird.
A few days later, Michael and Maria have arrived back in Scotland with Drew's peacock automata. After a closer look, it's immediately clear that they're not the first restorers to try and repair it.
The telltale signs of previous opening are there for at least 2 openings. And the last time it wasn't sealed up, which means whoever attempted to repair it, gave up.
Michael first investigates the mechanism to see if he can deduce why the bird was left in such a state.
Oh, we've got some bits falling out. And, oh, that's really nice. But it's absolutely lovely. So I'm going to wind it up. So I think this should go right up. Ah, I can see inside here, we've got a lever to lift the tail here, and there's absolutely nothing to push that lever down. As this big cog turns, I think a peg comes round, and that peg should push down and lift the tail. And then flick, it goes down again. And there's nothing, this is the operating lever for sure, and there's nothing to touch that. There's another lever for the tail on this side. Hang on a sec. That's not right. That is not right. A previous restorer has added a lever here, taking great pains to go the wrong side of the great wheel. And they've done that because they haven't realised that there should be a peg to push the original lever. That's why it doesn't go up enough and it doesn't go up at the right time.
With the mechanism removed, Maria can take the peacock's body and begin her repairs, starting with the missing beak.
Okay, I'm going to cut the beak using a piercing saw, and funnily enough, this bit of equipment here is called a bird's mouth board. There we go. Yay! Start of a beak.
To add more shape to the beak, Maria carves into it with a craft knife.
So I'm just pecking away at it slowly to slim it down a bit.
Before finishing it off with a light sand.
I think that's looking pretty good for a peacock's pecker.
Based in Llandudno, North Wales, Nick Elphick is a critically acclaimed sculptor and fine artist. Today he's expecting a visit from dealer Saxon Durrant, who has had an unusual item delivered ahead of him.
I've worked with Nick before. Obviously most people know him as a sculptor, but I do know for a fact he's quite handy with a paintbrush, and this is what this job requires. So it's a slightly different mindset, but I think Nick can do it.
So, what have you got here? This is a bit interesting.
Well, it's not a sculpture, is it?
Yeah,
No.
I'm quite excited, intrigued. Whoa. Wow, it's massive. What is it, a pub sign?
Big pub sign, yeah. Yeah.
Seriously, that means
Yeah.
it's got one on, yes, it's got one on this side.
Yeah.
Exactly the same flipped image, isn't it? Wow.
But yeah, it's been in the wars, it's been out in the weather, and it's, yeah. It's,
Wow. It's peeling.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
It's what you call very rustic.
This two-sided pub sign is a quintessentially British piece of commercial art. It depicts the idyllic scene of a game of cricket on a village green, with faded Charrington Brewery lettering in one corner. Having spent years outdoors enticing thirsty punters in for a drink, the sign has suffered weather damage that has caused flaking and faded paintwork. A different sort of challenge for sculptor Nick. He will have to draw on his experience as a figurative oil painter to bring it back to life.
In terms of, like, obviously being able to get the picture back, how do you want it? You don't want it looking new, do you?
No, definitely not. It's come from an old pub.
Yeah, right,
So
right.
when it sells, it's got to look like an old pub sign.
Yeah.
It's got to look hand-painted.
But to have that, yeah, and I think the most important thing on this is to get these cricketers back, the
Yeah.
figures, which are the main focal point. Looking on the back, the mad thing is there's a serious amount missing in all of this area, but they've still got the two figures, so I can actually copy them
Yeah.
and bring them around here exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a help. And I think the idea of having one side, you know, restored so you can see the picture, but having the other side authentically aged and weathered.
Yeah. I think
it's
people
kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, keeping the backside will preserve its originality, obviously.
So they can see.
Yeah,
See
that
what-
it was genuinely a pub sign,
Yeah.
not a reproduction.
So what's this sort of thing worth?
I mean, at the moment, in this condition, 150 quid
Right.
maximum,
Okay.
absolute maximum. But I think once you've done your magic, and if I can narrow it down to where it came from, then it's a slightly different proposition then.
For me, it's really interesting to see these commercial signs, and I quite like that sort of stylistic way of painting. And I'm totally confident, using my skills as an artist, that I can add real value to this piece.
Once Saxon's left, Nick gets to work cleaning the years of dirt off the sign. He first removes any surface dust.
Just to use a really soft brush like this.
Then dabs on soapy water to remove the more stubborn marks.
So this is clear washing up soap. Just put a tiny bit in. The cheaper the stuff, the better, because they have less ingredients in them. So you want to take all the grease off, because once you put that paint on, if there's grease behind it, it'll just flake off.
Having removed as much dirt as possible, Nick wants to preserve the original paintwork. He mixes approximately 5% PVA glue with 95% water, designed to form a protective waterproof barrier.
So I'm going to use a little sponge, and what I want to do is push it in, really push it in to soak it. You can see it's actually, going into the actual wood. As this dries, it'll tighten and it'll hopefully strengthen all these little areas that I want to save. Get that ball saved.
The existing paintwork is now stable, but the challenge of filling in the losses will make or break this tricky restoration. At his workshop in Llandudno, Nick is restoring a classic pub sign for dealer Saxon. He's sealed the existing paintwork and is now looking to fill in some of the prominent gaps, using the image on the reverse as a guide.
I've taken a photograph of the one on the back, and you can see the very naive, basic brushstrokes. I'm going to basically use a masonry paint. What the masonry paint does, it thickens it, and also it makes it very durable for outdoors.
Nick uses blues and greys to match the palette of the original sign. Once he's satisfied, he uses a thick brush to generously apply the first layer of masonry paint.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this white colour all the way over everything, put it right down, put it on thickly, because when it connects, it's got to be the same thickness as the paint that's already there. Once I've built this thickness up on here, I'm actually going to mess this paint up. I've got a very edgy brush here, and I'm just going to sort of scuff it up a little bit to copy this rough flaking. 'Cause from a distance, it'll look a lot better than having it completely clean and white. I'm now just quickly going over the base coat I've put down with a few little dabs just to thicken it up and also just scar it a little bit, just to make it look a little bit more like it's weathered, which I think does.
Nick then adds definition to the figure using a finer brush.
I've just got to basically keep my hand very straight. There we go. Put a few creases in. It comes down the back.
He then uses a fan-shaped brush to fill in the large losses of green.
There's so much green on here. If I just get rid of a lot of these patchy bits, I can then go over with the different tones afterwards.
As Nick makes progress on the cricketer's pub sign, dealer Saxon is on the hunt for information on the sign's provenance. His research has brought him to southwest London, where he's meeting Laura Irwin, the curator at the Museum of Richmond.
Hi, you must be Laura.
Hi, Hi, very nice to meet you.
And you. Thanks for meeting me. Well, as you know, I'm having a pub sign restored, and I've done a bit of research, and that suggests it might be from somewhere around here.
It's very possible. There's a reason why I asked you to meet me here in particular.
OK.
Richmond Green is a very historic green. It has links with royalty dating back to the 12th century. And there's also a tradition of sporting activities taking place here, things like jousting, archery, cricket.
Great.
So there might well be a connection.
OK, I've got a photo here of the sign. What do you reckon? Anything familiar?
I think if you want to follow me, I've got something I think you'd be interested in.
Lead the way.
Many centuries ago, when most of the working population was illiterate, pictorial signs were used instead of lettering to draw drinkers into pubs. Early pub names were often linked to the church or monarchy, but it's not uncommon to see names derived from the world of sport and travel. And while the pictures may no longer be necessary, illustrated pub signs remain a quintessential part of British life.